Right off a Falcon Drive here at Austintown, Ohio, it's the Fitch Falcons hosting in the Howland Tigers in an All-American Conference clash that will determine who will take second place in the AAC. Hello, everybody. Ty Bartell, your sports network. YSNLive.com bringing you the call and coverage of all the action. Starters this evening for Howland: Tayshawn Fambro, Dimitri Gentis, Carter Saul, Luca Naples, and Jackson Mickle. For Fitch, it's Junie Higgs, Braden Salih, Brady Evans, Anthony Waller, and E.J. Giles. Falcons with first possession. Giles tries it. Short off the front iron, pulling down the rebound, Mickle. Pacing to the other side, Mickle. Over to Saul. Both these teams very similarly matched. Both do a lot of similar things well. Finds Saul, keeping the passing on the near wing, and a little too quick in between that pass. Gentis got called for the walk. Send it back to Fitch. Falcons donning their white unis with navy numbering, a little bit of red trim. Howland in their all black unis with the orange numbering, little white trim to complement that. Fitch coming in 7-4, 2-1 in conference play. Howland is 7-5, 1-1 in conference play. As shot up by Evans, doesn't go, hits some hands, ends up with the Tigers. Both Howland's games in the conference have already had their dramatic flair to them. A buzzer beater against Harding that came with plenty of controversy. And of course the double overtime against Canfield that came down quite literally to the final second, and a missed free throw that cost the Tigers the game. Missed opportunity on the first couple shots for Howland the other way. Turning it up tempo, finding a spot and finishing. Brady Evans splashes down the first shot of the game from distance, and Fitch will play from in front to start 3-0. Howland looking for a response. Go to Saul at the top, swing to Mickle. Try the entry pass. Bumping in the lane, put up the floater, rode the rim, found no net that time though. Falcons take it up court on the fast break, backs out, gives to Giles, thought about it, over to Higgs. Keeping the ball moving off the screen, stopping, popping, 15-foot jumper, has the right touch and the finish. Friendly bounces off the iron, Brady Evans. All 5 of the points in this game to start as his free throw line jumper hits the mark. 5-0 Falcons. Howland trying to get that offensive motor started. Mickle, nice pass out to the corner. Little short on the attempt. Follow the shot and grab the rebound though, Naples. Fambro tries to hand off, got called for the double dribble. Avoided handing it off to Saul. And in that, picked it up and called for the double. And Coach Dan Boobin wants the 30-second break of action, wants to get his team head back into the contest. We'll take a short timeout, step away, thank our friends at Greenwood Chevrolet. And the #1 sports streaming service in the area, YSNLive.com, welcomes you back. Ty Bartell, we're so thankful, so happy that you're tuning in on your Friday night and supporting both us and these two teams. Whether you're supporting from Tiger Town or you're right here in Falcon Country, we are so thankful for you tuning in and spending your Friday evening with us here on the network. 5-0, Fitch out in front, Brady Evans, the sole scorer in this one to start out. Coming out of that Tiger timeout, it was a 30-second break of action. Fitch basketball with a 5-point edge. Higgs matched up there with Naples. Find Giles. Or Salih, excuse me, now find Giles. Giles near the elbow, kicks out to Higgs. Higgs from the top of the key, misses the mark on the 3-point try. Rebound Saul. Coming up the floor with it, Mickle. Mickle, nice movement, gets to the rack and gets blocked by Anthony Waller. Waller with a great defensive recovery. Giles threatening to go baseline. Kicks out, swings over, Salih in the corner. Finds his spot just inside the free throw line, misses it, too strong. Another rebound ripped down by Carter Saul. He's collected about a handful already in the first 4 minutes of play here. Mickle to Naples. Naples. Hands off. Saul. Saul stops, pops, gets some space, can't finish. Such a high vertical. He's able to rise high to get a nice look at it. Evans trying to find his third shot of the first half. Here comes Mickle. Euro in the lane. Can't finish. No, Anthony Waller again. Fitting to his name, walls up on defense. Great passing by the Tigers. Keeping it moving. Falcons, though, all in the passing lanes, knocking it loose. Off Salih's hands last. Tigers trying to formulate some sort of rhythm here on offense, and they're struggling to do so. Baseline try, looking for that quick hit. Fambro, the recipient. Fadeaway jumper. Oh, what a take. Tough take by Tayshawn Fambro, but he made it look easy. Howland on the board, it's 5-2. Kick out to Higgs. And off the mark pass to Giles. Off his fingertips, out of bounds. Tigers pick it up off the turnover. Howland basketball, friendly side of the floor, trailing by 3. Fambro in the corner. Nice pass by Fambro. Blocked from behind Salih. Oh, and E.J. Giles able to keep it there. Giles getting it off of Carter Saul last. Carter Saul, though, no reaction as that echoed throughout the gym. That's a bad man right there. 3.5 minutes to go. First quarter of play. Giles enters the lane, spins, trying to get loose. Great defense sticking with him. Offensive board, though, by Fitch. Gentis, great defense, though, on Giles. Brady Evans will try to get into the lane. Has it poked loose off the Tigers last. Isaiah Burgess in on the Howland side, and also subbing in Wesley Fee now for the Tigers. Plenty of height on this Tigers team. That's something that Coach Boubon hasn't usually had a luxury of in former years. Brady Evans, though, has had a luxury of hitting three-pointers in this game. It's his second of the first quarter. He's still responsible for all the Fitch points, all 8 of them. Tigers let it go. They're going to talk this over and see. Initially, had differing opinions. Brady Evans was trying to convince the factor. That is the right call, though, at least from our perspective here as well. Tiger basketball. Down by 6. Lower scoring first quarter between these two teams. Still trying to find their rhythm. Rolling off the screen, give it to Fambro. Fambro, the pass to Fee. Fee, a tough take. Off the glass, couldn't get it to convert. A rebound by the Falcons. To the other side, Brady Evans overshot it, misfired. Right to the hands of the Tigers. Burgess bringing it up tempo, poked loose from behind. Waller comes up with it. Off the steal to Higgs. Short, rebounded. Tigers to the other side, all the way, can't finish. Luka Naples trying to find a look. Tigers on the second chance, get some contact. And heading to the stripe will be Howland's Wesley Fee. As picking up that foul was Waller. First one for either team, coming at 2:07 left in this opening quarter. Fee for a pair. Short on the first attempt. Subbing in on the Tiger side, Darren Douglas coming in for his first time. Trying to split the difference here. Fee, he will. Hits the second. It's 8-3. Quickly to the other side, Brady Evans. All 10 of the points in this first quarter for the Falcons belong to number 11. Great pass. Fee gets fouled again on the arm. I think Higgs is the one that'll pick this one up. So the second straight Tiger possession that results in a Falcon foul. This one on Higgs, the second one total on the Falcons this quarter. And the second one total in this quarter by either team. Howland yet to have a personal, and that's a nice find to start by Fee. 2 for 3 now at the free throw line. Fee, second one, little short, rebounded by the Falcons. Lipinski gets the board. Evans to Higgs. Back to Evans. Swing it to Salih. Salih tries to go to Higgs. Denied on the pass. Coming the other way, Carter Saul. Looking for a kick-out option. Goes to Douglas. Top of the key. 3. It's strong. Pinballs off some hands. Ends up back with the Tigers. And a foul is called on the Falcons. And that'll be called against Lipinski, just subbing in. His first, third for Fitch. 1 left to give for the Falcons in this final minute 20. Saul with it, near side corner, give it to Douglas. Douglas, screen, try to go off the screen. The pass through the hands of Burgess. And out of bounds. Turnover to Fitch. Falcons have done their part in aiding and creating some of those turnovers. Their defense has been really solid throughout this first quarter of play. They've really disrupted the ball movement that Howland is trying to enforce to find some offense. Giles trying to go baseline with it. Burgess right there with him, looking for some space. Found a bit of it, but great defense by Burgess. Second chance try, and it's going to result in a shooting foul. Fee will pick up the personal. First one called on the Tigers this game in the act of shooting, so Giles will get a pair of free throws and a chance to be the first person not named Brady Evans to score for the Falcons in this game. And he will hit the first. Giles has been really good this year for the Falcons. He's really developed into that all-around player, scorer, defender, passer, rebounder. He can really do it all out there on the floor. And that consistency has been a welcome thing for the Falcons that are competing for a conference this year with the likes of this Tigers team, as well as Canfield, Warren Harding, and Boardman, though. Boardman the youngest and the one that's looking to find their footing, but you got 4 teams that are realistically competing in the conference. Canfield leading the way as Carter Saul hits a shot the other way. Field goal for him. First one from the field for Saul. First points for him as well. 5-point game. Fitch looks content to try to hold for the last shot. 20 ticks left here in quarter number 1. 15 seconds now. Salih. 10 seconds to go. 6 seconds. Salih into action. Kicks to Brady Evans. Puts it up, puts it down. Buzzer sounds. Brady Evans has a baker's dozen through a quarter of play. He is the Falcon offense in the first. 14-6, Fitch after 1. We got a timeout in between quarters. We're back with the second after this. Back here for the start of quarter number 2 in this All-American Conference clash between the Austintown Fitch Falcons and the Howland Tigers. Fitch up 14-6, spearheaded by a 13-point first quarter by Brady Evans, including hitting 3 from distance to help distance the Falcons with an 8-point advantage entering this quarter. And a jump ball going to be called. Brady Evans able to help force it. Boy, has he come into this game focused. And the continued success he's had from the field has probably only upped not only his focus, but also his confidence out there. Pass finds Giles. Giles trying to work far sideline. Burgess staying there defensively with Giles as Giles tries to get past him as Burgess called for the foul. Higgs has it out the baseline, gives it to Evans. Evans has it stolen away. Carter Saul, look out! Bring the rim down with it. Saul trying to ignite a spark into this Howland offense. Pump fake, get it to Waller in the low post, and a foul going to be called. I think they're going to tag Saul for it. That'll be his first. Second on the Tigers. They pick up 2 early ones. They didn't pick up their first foul until the final minute of that first quarter, but now 2 in the first 40 seconds of the second. As Anthony Waller, his trip to the stripe, he hits the first attempt. First points of the quarter for Fitch. First points for Waller as well. He goes 1 for 2. Ball ends up with the Falcons. Giles lets them blow by. Fambro there defensively. Waller ends up back with it. He gets blocked from behind. The Tigers denying every shot at the rack. But the ball out of bounds the other way. And you feel like the Tigers just working a little bit too fast the other way. Working so hard to get those defensive stops. But they just keep having those type of miscues, those mistakes where they can't get set into their offense. And they give it right back to Fitch and have to get to work on the defensive end once again. Salih, handoff to Higgs. Higgs to Evans. Evans losing his footing, losing the handle. Whistle blown, foul is called. Evans losing his balance, just acted as a blocker there. Unintentionally, obviously, but he does pick up the foul. And for Fitch, and for Evans, that's his first. Falcons first as well in the quarter. Naples. Going off that screen, getting some space to the corner. Saul trying to get to work. Giles on him. Naples pump fakes, swing to Saul. Saul gets baseline, goes up for the shot, gets it back, reverse try. That doesn't go. Ends up with Salih. Tigers getting good looks, just can't find points to pay off for them. Salih, the shot attempt. That's short, into the iron. Here come the Tigers the other way. What a take. Coast to coast, Dimitri Gentis. Giles gets to the elbow, step inside of it, and he'll get the friendly bounce. And the first field goal from someone not named Brady Evans in this game for the Falcons. 17-10, Fitch up by 7. Naples with the dribble. Hits the top to Gentis. Gentis coming off that score, working it again, trying to find space out to Fambro. Fambro, the mid-range jumper, strong. Rebounded by Evans. He's able to save it going out of bounds. Salih gives to Waller. Waller blocked from behind. Carter Saul tiptoes through the contact. Goes all the way to the other side. What footwork. What dribbling. Carter Saul, the steal on one end. The block, I should say, on one end. And the score on the other. Nice defensive stand again. Saul in the area. Stopping Salih. Tigers looking for a big shot. Too strong. Rebounded. No, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Tiger basketball. Waller given great minutes as a starter today. He's going to get some rest here. Jake Kikta in on the Austintown side. Inbounding Gentis, far sideline. Opportunity for a quick hit. They find the pass to Naples. Naples beat defense down low, and Higgs. It's a one-possession game. Higgs trying to get some points back. It's blocked. Wesley Fee got an arm on it. Here come the Tigers, stopping, popping, and finishing. Naples hits it. Tigers within one. Coach Beanie and the Falcons holding on the timeout currently. Still with a 1-point lead. Little under 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Giles to Salih. Salih looking for a pass option, goes to Giles, almost through his hands. He's able to recover at the top. Into his dribble, working the right side of the lane, trying to spin off the defense, overshot the attempt into Burgess's hands. Here come the Tigers in transition, coast to coast. Oh, Isaiah Burgess. Eyed up the basket from 94 feet away and took it all the way to the rim to give the Tigers the lead, 18-17. 4:02 left in the first half. We got a break here from Austintown. Back here out of that Austintown timeout, the Falcons. Fitch's head coach Brian Beanie utilizing their first. Both teams with 4 remaining. And we got 4 minutes left in this first half. Tigers enjoying their first lead of the game. Higgs keeping the dribble. Trying to get it to Kikta, hits plenty of hands, ends up with the Tigers last. Backing out of it, Gentis. Howland by a point, back to the logo, Gentis with it. Trying to roll off that screen by Fee, Gentis losing his balance, losing the ball. It's out of bounds, off of the Falcons last. Tigers keep it. Quick hit opportunity here. Tigers found success last time from the opposite sideline. This one, though, more towards the corner. They'll get it to Burgess. A look from distance. Little strong. Junie Higgs, the rebound. E.J. Giles. Hand off to Higgs. Higgs attacks left side of the lane. Overshot the layup. Ball on the ground. Higgs trying to come up with it. Ripping it loose, though. The Tigers, Gentis. Howland to the other side with it. Gentis tries to pump fake, backs out. Finds Naples. Under 3 to play in the first half. Naples kicks to the corner. Burgess there. Swinging it around. And they got the lane violation on the Tigers. So a 2:45 dead ball turnover back to Fitch. Burgess will come out. Darren Douglas will sub in for the Howland Tigers. Tigers on top by a single point here. Falcons with the ball. Junie Higgs off the back iron. That's no good. Rebounded Howland. Naples. Kick to Fambro. Fambro trying to get a step on Waller. Contested take. Can't finish it. Great defense by Waller and the post for Fitch. Salih with the rebound to the other side. Fouled by Douglas. Carter Saul going to come back in on the Howland side. Fambro coming out. We got 2:10 left in this first half. Falcon basketball down by a point. Pass to Salih. Salih to Evans. First shot of the second half. It's a little bit wide. Second quarter, I should say, is a little bit wide as Evans, 13 points in that first quarter, looking for his first of the second. Another great defensive block. Both these teams have had more than a couple in this first half in terms of great blocks in the low post. Tigers finding some points out of these inbound plays. They get quick action and another swat. Falcons denying just about everything that's coming near the rim. Very low scoring, very high physicality, defensive first half between these two teams. Saul bumping and bruising in the low post. Can't finish. Rebound, Wesley Fee. He can. Second chance try by the Tigers. Fee gets the rebound right side and able to finish on another look. Giles, the pass intended for Evans. Thought Evans was going to the wing. He went to the corner, and the miscommunication going to cost Fitch the possession. 90 seconds to go. Tigers by 3. Looking to build on that advantage before we work this to the halftime locker room. Feed to Douglas. Douglas with it. Finds Naples. Naples finds an open look. Rattles the rim. Rebounded, though, by Gentis. Another look here for Howland. Naples. Saul there for the screen. Kick to Gentis. Gentis trying to find a lane. Sealed up, closed there. 2 feet from the opposite side wing. Couldn't finish it. Airballed the 3, and it's out of bounds. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Falcon basketball trailing by a bucket. 3 points here. Junie Higgs to Giles. Giles to Higgs. Higgs hands off to Evans. Evans to Giles. Steps in. The top of the key arc. Couldn't find the shot from in front of the free throw line. Tigers trying to add to their advantage prior to the halftime buzzer. Stopping, popping, strong on the attempt for a Gentis. And a foul called following as Salih gets fouled by number 24, Wesley Fee, his second. 4th on the Tigers. That was their one to give. Next one of the defensive variety by Howland would put Fitch in the bonus and at the line. 20 seconds to try to get up a shot before halftime. Fitch down by 3. Higgs with the ball. Higgs losing the ball. Stolen by Naples. Naples trying to put up the shot and called for the hook. First on Naples. Offensive foul, so just a turnover, no free throws, even though it is the 5th on the team. 11.2 seconds, still time for the Falcons to try to get a shot. Got to go 94 feet, streak route to Salih, 1 dribble, can't finish. Still time for the Tigers to get a shot. 6 seconds to the other side, ripped away, Junie Higgs, speed racing, trying to beat the clock, and he does. Just at the final second, a steal and score by Junie Higgs makes it a 1-point game going into the halftime locker room. And what a first half it was, what a second half we got in store. 10-minute halftime intermission before we get you started for the third quarter. Ty Bartel, your sports network, after this. Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartel, your sports network, ysnlive.com, with the call and coverage of all the action here from Austintown Fitch High School. The Howland Tigers up on the Falcons 20-19. After one half of play, it was a low-scoring, very fun, competitive, defensive-centered first half of basketball. Trying to get a quick bucket is Jackson Mickle. And he will to extend that lead to 3. Falcons. Higgs near the elbow, kick out to Salih. Salih attacking left side. Pump faking a couple times, trying to clear space. Going to the scorer's table and going out of bounds was Brady Evans. Tigers basketball. Fitch led for a decent bit of that first half. Tigers got a spurt towards the 3-minute mark left in that second quarter to take the lead, and they've been holding it since. Falcons trying to seal up the rim. They do with stopping 3 attempts at the iron. Other way, E.J. Giles called for the travel. Big shout out, Brittany Bissell, WFMJ in the house today. So make sure you check out Five Guys Hoop News and their highlights on the 11 o'clock showing of the evening news on WFMJ. Always do a great job, too, with those highlights. Had a big one out in PA the other day, too. Double overtime thriller as a traveling violation called against the Tigers. Dead ball turnovers were a theme in that first half. More against the Tigers than the Falcons, but both teams had their fair share of them. Giles from distance trying to tie it up, unable to get it with that shot. Rebounded Howland. Gentis bringing it down, kick to the corner. One more over to Naples. He's got a look. He can't finish it though. Junie Higgs coming with the rebound. Coming down the court, Higgs to Salih from the corner. Working baseline, Salih the finish. Nice take by Braden Salih. First points on the evening for him. Naples covered by Higgs. Mickle near the elbow, lost the handle. Waller comes up with the steal. Fitch to the other side. In the middle of traffic, Salih couldn't convert his second shot of the game. A little short off the iron. Tigers with a 1-point lead and a full timeout taken by Coach Dan Boobin. We'll take one with the Tigers skipper back after this. Coming out of that timeout by the Tigers skipper Dan Boobin. It's 5:39 remaining in the third. Howland up by a point. Tigers with the ball, Tigers with the slim lead. Fambro over to the wing and Burgess. They get it to Gentis in the low post and a foul called on Gentis for the hook. First on Gentis, first on the Tigers, first on either team here in the second half. Evans to the other end, trying to find his first points of the second half, and he will. And he'll also help the Falcons retake a lead, 23-22, 15 of those 23 by Brady Evans. In the corner, Naples. Naples gives to Fambro. Fambro into the paint, contested look with Waller all over him. Forcing the miss, great defense again by Waller in the paint. Higgs out towards the logo. Salih taking it right into the black jerseys and able to find some points. Tigers trail by 3. Fambro from the wing. Kicks out, open look, Gentis puts it down. Leave him that wide open, you gotta make him pay. Trying to get some points right the other way. Evans says we'll take it right back, he's got 17. 27-25, things picking up a bit here in the third. Burgess to Naples. Naples to Saul, under 4 to play in the third quarter. Saul, Giles on him. Those two, such similar type players, do a lot of similar things well. Talking about E.J. Giles and Carter Saul. Corner, or elbow jumper, I should say. Couldn't convert. Other way, Falcons. 3:38 to go. That one lost some steam, was tipped. Still got to Higgs anyway, but Higgs on the shot attempt denied by Carter Saul. There's been emphatic shot blocks throughout the night by both ends, denying just about everything that's trying to be put up from the blocks. Braden Salih, blocking foul called on Burgess. Second on Burgess, second on the Tigers in the quarter. Falcons keep it friendly side of the floor. Inbound opportunity. They'll go to Evans. Evans back over to Higgs. Higgs, though, losing the handle on it, and it's out of bounds. Tigers will take possession. And those dead ball turnovers that bug now starting to bite the Falcons here in the second half. as that's another one here in the third quarter by Fitch. Gentis trying to create some space, found a little bit of it, and that's all he needed. Rattled home the 15-foot jumper to tie it at 27. And a swat again, Carter Saul. Waller coming up with it. Reverse try, too strong, right to Fambro. Opportunity for a lead. Saul spinning in the lane, losing the handle. Evans ends up with it. Again, both these teams so good at stopping the others' transition opportunities, but not that time. Junie Higgs rides the rim and just sneaks it through. His second bucket of the game gives the Falcons the lead back 29-27. Gentis whips it to the wing. Open look. Short for Burgess. Rebound Higgs. Under 2.5. Third quarter of play. Higgs settles in. Hands off to Evans. Evans thinking about pulling the trigger. Why not with the night he's having? Finds Giles. Mid-range Jay. Wide right. Rebound Burgess. Kick it up tempo to the other side. Gentis blocked by Salih. Fambro coming through with the rebound but loses the handle to Waller. Waller looked like he caught a stray thumb to the eye, and a official timeout gonna be called. They'll make a substitution. Waller gonna come out. Lipinski in for Fitch. Really credit the minutes that Anthony Waller has given the Falcons tonight. Not your typical starter. A.J. Diaz injured currently for Fitch. He's got a heart of a lion too. He wants to be out there in the worst way, but Waller doing what the seniors are supposed to do, showing leadership and stepping up in big moments, and that's what he's done. Rebounding, defensively certainly, and even sneaking in a couple of scores as well tonight has Waller. Fambro got some space, and he'll get fouled. He's a guy you want to start trying to get involved more often, is the post play. But both these teams, whether it's the half-court style where you're trying to work something close to the rim, both teams paint defense, rim protection has been so great tonight. That and the transition side of things. Fast break buckets are not a guarantee when you work those steals and those blocks, just because of the hustle that both teams constantly present and possess. And it all starts with the coaching staffs too, both Brian Beanie, Dan Boobin. It's what they ask for. It's what they demand. Play minutes on their team. You could give 110% effort. As Fambro can split the difference, make this a one-point game once again. Fitch still in the lead. E.J. Giles kicks to Evans, swings to Higgs, keeping it around the perimeter. Tigers there defensively. Salih goes to work towards the bucket. Shot attempt again. Great defense in the low post by both these squads. Ball is loose. Scrap for the basketball. It ends up with the Tigers. Tigers win a race to it. Jackson Mickle out to Burgess, trying to find a lane. Kicks over to Fee. Wesley Fee trying to find Fambro, and I think kick ball, yes. Kick ball violation. Called baseline. And possession will stay with Howland. Darren Douglas on that inbound. Tigers trail by a point. A bucket puts them back in the lead. Jackson Mickle, started by Salih. Mickle into his dribble. Denying the screen and traveling with it was Mickle. Dragging that pivot foot and called for the walk. Fitch takes possession back, up by a point. Anthony Waller entering in for Lipinski. Carter Saul will also come back in on the Tigers side as he's in for Fambro. We're under a minute to play in the third quarter. Falcons trying to stretch their lead a little bit, clinging to this one-point edge. Both teams exchanging the lead here in this third. Brady Evans, face guarded there by Mickle. Entry pass goes to Salih. The double team's there. The block is there as well. Falcons, though, keep the ball moving. Into the lane. E.J. Giles can't finish the shot. Waller gets blocked from behind. They can't get any room against that Tiger defense in the paint. Other side, Mickle, what a take with a scoop and a chef's kiss off the glass. Higgs the other way, he'll sneak it in. +1 at the stripe. Like a cobra, they lull you to sleep with slow-moving offense, then they wake up and strike. Quick strike offense, both sides. Quick exchange of the lead. Higgs gets the and one opportunity, 22.6 seconds to go. And if you're not excited for the fourth quarter in this one, you might not have a heartbeat. 20 seconds to go, third quarter of play. Tigers trail by 2, likely could hold for the last possession here. That Falcon defense pressuring. Go to the corner, Burgess steps in for the 2-point shot, mid-range, no good. Hits some hands, ends up with Higgs, 5 seconds to go. Higgs beat the buzzer before halftime, trying to again. He leaves it on the iron, and it goes out of bounds to end the third quarter. 32-30, the Falcons up by a bucket, but not out of the water by any means. We got a fun and exciting fourth quarter in store for you. Final 8 minutes of regulation after this timeout on your sports network, ysnlive.com. Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartel, your sports network, ysnlive.com. We're so happy and proud to be bringing you the call and coverage of all the action tonight between these two All-American Conference opponents as the Howland Tigers have traveled here to Austintown to take on the Fitch Falcons. 32-30, Fitch with the lead after 3, but both these teams have held the lead more than a handful of times in tonight's contest. Usually a great matchup between these two programs in boys basketball, and tonight looks to be no different. This final 8 minutes should be a fun one. E.J. Giles, Falcons start with possession, trying to expand on that advantage. Evans, bounce pass to Sully, give up to a cutting Higgs, denied again. That Howland defense. Love to see how many blocks they've been able to convert. Wesley Fee talk about converting. Comes up with a bucket on the other end to tie it at 32. No sheriff in this town currently. Falcons, Sully tries it. Strong in and out of the iron to the Tigers. Howland, the opportunity for a lead. Roll off the screen. Jackson Mickle to the corner. One more pass. Top of the key. 3. Carter Saul a little strong. Kick to a Junie Higgs on the wing. Near side. Work it back to Giles. Swing it the other way. Brady Evans denied the lane there. Hands off to Higgs. Higgs to Sully. Sully attacks the rim and finds a bucket. Confident take by Braden Sully. He's got 6 tonight. Fitch back up by 2. Couple substitutions waiting in the wings for the Tigers. And dribbling it over the half-court stripe. Called on Mickle, and the turnover for the over and back on the Tigers. Those are the type of things that'll start getting magnified as minutes continue to get shaved off of that game clock. 6:35 remains in this one. Fitch by 2 and possession. And when you look at the score, 2 sub-40s, you could already tell how much defense has mattered in this game. And points have come at a super premium tonight for both sides. Evans out. Giles open. Look, that's a big one. From distance, 5-point lead for the Falcons. Giles with a haymaker. Howland trying to come back swinging. Other side, pass to the top, Saul. Saul looks to go attack mode. He'll stop, he'll pop. Little short, Giles loses the handle on it. Recovering it are the Falcons. They go to Giles. Giles crossing the half-court stripe with it. Giles kick to the corner. Evans hoisting and strong. Mickle the rebound, tiptoeing the line, and it's out of bounds again on the Tigers' dead ball turnover. Isaiah Burgess will sub back in, as well as Tayshawn Fambro for the Tigers. Wesley Fee coming out of the game. Falcons up by 5. They got possession. To Waller. Back to Higgs. Evans, an open look. He knocks one down. Another 3-ball for Brady Evans. If our count serves correct, I believe that is his 4th. That is an 8-point lead for the Falcons, and that is a full timeout for Dan Boobin. We got one with the Tigers. Back after this. Tigers, Coach Dan Boobin taking that timeout, leaving them with 2 for the game. Still 4 remaining in the Falcons camp. 5:35 left in the ball game. Tigers down by 8. They fought their way back from this type of deficit already in this contest. But time starting to quickly be working against them now, as they need to try to get some offense here. Can't afford to fall too far behind. Traveling violation going to be called against Howland. Trying to find the inbound. Higgs goes to Giles. Giles finds Evans. Evans goes baseline, kicks out. Giles trying to find a lane, looking to take it on Saul, and he gets called for the travel, does Giles. Turnover to the other side. Tigers come up with it. But with the way defense has been played in this game by both ends, once you get over a 10-point lead, it'll start feeling like 20 with the way these two teams play. But Luca Naples says we're not even going to talk about that. Cuts that deficit down to 2 possessions. Giles hoist and has another one from distance for E.J. Giles. He's got 9 tonight. Naples tries to take it to the rim. Braden Salih the block. Giles the other way. Kicks out to Higgs. Higgs pass to Salih. Salih attacks, goes to the cup and scores. An 11-point lead for Fitch. Tigers need offense. Tayshawn Fambro has it knocked out of his hands, regains possession, trying to avoid the jump ball. It's poked loose. Anthony Waller, another steal. Higgs to Evans. Evans back at the block F. Goes to the near side wing, backs out, finds a lane, through the lane, tries to finish, but the trees all around him. And one of the Tigers got their paw on it with the block. Falcons keep it. Baseline try for Higgs on the inbound. Finds Giles. Giles trying to put the moves on Saul. The contested take in and out of the iron. One dribble, reverse try. Anthony Waller comes through with a score. And a blocking foul. They'll get it on Higgs. .337. Tigers need offense now in the worst way. Time quickly running out for them. Off balance try and another block. Braden Salih. E.J. Giles goes to Higgs. Higgs can't hit from distance. Burgess comes through with the rebound. Numbers for the Tigers. 3-on-2. Wow, great stop up by Waller. Kick out Burgess. Look from distance. Doesn't go. Rebound Braden Salih. And a timeout taken with a tick over 3 minutes to go by Brian Beanie and the Falcons. We got a timeout with the Falcons skipper. Back after this. 3:01 to go in this game. 13-point lead currently for the Austintown Fitch Falcons, as they've really started separating themselves with an offensive outburst here in the fourth quarter to grab this Baker's dozen lead. Not quite out of the rough waters yet. Tigers still going to have a final push and something to say as a steal and a foul. Higgs will pick up his third. That'll be the second called on Fitch here in the quarter. No fouls called on the Tigers on the other end. Mickle inbounds to Naples, gives back to Mickle. Jackson Mickle kicks to the corner. Burgess trying to come through with the distance try. Solly, another rebound. Brady Evans sneaks by the defense, kicks to Higgs, right back to Solly, pump fakes, tries to attack the rim, out to Giles. He'll set his feet, fire. Can't get the friendly bounce. Rebound, Fambro. Higgs there on defense. Mickle able to kick it to Gentis. Gentis goes baseline, gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. Anthony Waller will get his second. Darren Douglas getting set to sub in. Hitting the first is Gentis. You'll take all the points you can get here if you're the Tigers, especially the ones with the clock stopped and you're at the stripe. He'll go 2 for 2 as Dimitri Gentis hits the pair. Braden Solly, the Euro and the finish. Get him right back on the other end. Great response by Fitch. Ball to Douglas. Douglas to Burgess to the top, sidestepping, three-pointer. It's up, it's down. Luca Naples with the shot from distance. Solly to the other side, trying the Euro again. Can't finish that time. Rebound by the Tigers. 98 seconds. Naples tries the 15-footer, hits again. Naples with the last 5 points for the Tigers. And that'll cut that deficit down to 8. With 91 ticks to go, we got a quick break of action, 30-second break of action. We'll pay thanks to our friends at Sleepy Hollow. Huge shout out to our friends over at Sleepy Hollow. 1 timeout remaining for the Tigers with 91 seconds to go in this one. It's Falcon basketball. They got 3 timeouts remaining. They also hold an 8-point lead. But this Tigers team still fighting to the final second, and you wouldn't expect anything less from a Dan Boobin coach squad. You don't want to give the Tigers life as the big thing, and the Tigers with fouls to give. That's just their first of the quarter. Gentis gets called for his second, first on the Tigers. Minute 28. Evans trying to find a pass. Goes to Waller. Give up to Higgs. Falcons will settle into the half court. Try to salt some time away here. Evans keeping it away. Going to Giles. As Giles will get called for the travel. Tried to jump stop near the elbow. Near sideline official called him for the walk. Tigers an opportunity, down by just 8. Need this shot, though. You need just about everything going forward. Naples trying to give him another, and he does! Luca Naples single-handedly willing the Tigers back into this one. Within 2 possessions is Howland. A tick past 1 minute to play. Second foul called on the Tigers here in the quarter. It'll be the second one against Dimitri Gentis. Falcon basketball up by 6. They go to Evans, find Solly. It's about salting time for the Falcons, and if you find any offense, ball out of bounds, and it'll stay Falcon basketball. Almost another turnover created by the Tigers. 55.2, 6-point game. Falcon basketball. They go to Giles. Giles goes to Solly. Salih pressured. They bring the triple team now over to Higgs as a push called against the Tigers. That'll be the third on Howland. 44 seconds left. Just the first on Tayshawn Fambro. 44 seconds. One left to give foul-wise for Howland. They're trying to force the turnover, but that was the foul to give. Picking it up was Naples, his second. Fourth for the team. Next one puts the Falcons at the line. 42 seconds remain in the game. They go over the top to Higgs, and the foul going to be called, and they'll send him to the line. Luka Naples gets called for his third. 40 seconds to go. Higgs, 2 free throws. Comes down to the charity stripe for the Falcons in this one. All depends on how many you hit down the stretch. That one rattles out. You want to at least hit one of two to try to make it a 3-possession game. 2 misses here would be huge for the Tigers. They'll get that second miss, but a rebound by Giles. He'll kick it out to Evans, and another foul is called as Naples has to pick it up. And those are the ones that they break your heart if you're a Tigers fan. You get the 2 misses, just fail to get the rebound, and this re-puts the Falcons at the line for 2 more. And also, simultaneously, took some time off of that game clock. But another miss, 3 straight at the line for the Falcons. And the worst time to go cold from the 15-foot stripe. Evans will try to make this a 3-possession game with the second one here at the line. That one will hit. 7 points. The difference, timeout taken. Brian Beanie, it's a full break of action, leaving him with 2. We got one of our final breaks as well here on the network. 35 seconds left in this one as the Falcons are up 50-43, 7-point advantage against the Howland Tigers. Tigers trying to save all the time they can. Naples right to the heart of the defense, can't come up with the shot, and a foul called quickly after. That'll be the 5th on Naples. Braden Salih will come to the line for a couple.
Jackson, you got it, you bring it.
Jake Kikta. First shot attempt by Salih goes.
Go, rebound.
Second one goes as well. It's a 9-point game. 25 seconds to go. Jackson Mickle goes to Gentis. Gentis steps back, sends one off the glass, off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Higgs. Higgs gets fouled at 13.7. Isaiah Burgess is 4th. Back to the line go the Falcons. Falcons offense came alive in this 4th quarter and really helped them create some separations in this critical conference matchup as Higgs gives the Falcons the 10-point edge. Both these teams will be playing again on Tuesday, January 20th. The Tigers will stay in conference as they will host the Boardman Spartans on Tuesday, January 20th at 7 p.m. Boardman 3-8 on the year and 0-2 in conference play. Meanwhile, the Falcons will be out of conference, hosting in the Cardinal Mooney Cardinals, who are 7-4 currently. They're playing the Irish tonight. That'll also be on Tuesday, January 20th with a 7 p.m. start time. Both teams will be home. Those games will be at Howland and at Fitch, respectively. But tonight belongs to the Falcons as Austintown is 54-43 winners against the Tigers. Fitch now goes to 8-4 in regular season play. They are 3-1 inside the conference. Howland with the setback goes to 7-6 overall and 1-2 inside the All-American Conference. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, watching this broadcast of high school basketball on your sports network, ysnlive.com. To our proud owners, both DJ Yoakley, Brian Scott, able to bring this game to each and every person unable to make it in attendance tonight. To our GMs, Steve Leslie, Chris Ziegler, all the hats they wear, all the work they do, Northeast Ohio sports and more, we thank them for each and every single one of them. And most importantly to all of you who tuned in and helped support these kids, these schools, and these communities. You guys are really and truly what YSN Live is all about. And so we thank you. Whether you were tuning in from Tiger Town out in Howland, supporting your Howland Tigers, or you're right here in Austintown in Falcon Country supporting your Fitch Falcons, or wherever you may be in between or out wide in the sport of high school basketball, this is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good night, everybody.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.